Somewhere on the savannah, about 2 million years ago, a perfectly ordinary mammal made an absolutely insane fashion decision. It looked at its warm, practical, completely free fur coat, the exact same coat that every other animal on Earth was extremely happy to keep, and it basically said, "No thank you, I would prefer to be naked and cold." That animal was your ancestor. And honestly, on paper, this sounds like one of the dumbest survival ideas imaginable. A gazelle gets speed. A lion gets teeth. A bear gets muscles and a coat so good it can sleep through an entire winter. And you got soft pink skin, a body that panics and leaks salt water the moment it gets slightly warm, and the special ability to die from mildly bad weather. So here is the genuinely strange part. That naked, sweaty, shivering, frankly badly designed looking creature did not just barely survive. It went on to conquer the entire planet. Every other animal kept its coat and stayed roughly where it was. The one weirdo that took its clothes off took over the world. And the reason why is so much stranger and so much more brutal than simply being cold. Welcome to Ashborne Ancestors, where your own body slowly becomes the scariest thing in the room. So let me walk you through it, one ridiculous reason at a time. And I promise, your naked body comes out of this looking far more terrifying than you would ever expect. Reason 1. You are a leaking disaster, and that is the entire plan. Run your hand down your arm. Surprise, you still have about 5 million hair follicles, almost exactly as many as a chimpanzee. So technically you are not bald at all. Your hairs just quit. They shrank down into tiny, useless little wisps and gave up on the whole fur project. What you grew instead is genuinely bizarre. You became a creature that cools itself by slowly leaking water out of its own skin. You have somewhere between 2 and 4 million sweat glands, and the second your body heats up, they open the floodgates, the water evaporates, and that drags heat straight off you. It is, with no exaggeration, built-in air conditioning. It is also deeply gross, and that is fine. Here is why the fur had to go. A thick coat is a heat trap. It holds warmth against the skin, like a blanket you can never take off. And it soaks up your sweat before it can evaporate, which makes it completely useless for cooling. A dog cannot sweat the way you do, so it just lies there and pants and hopes for the best. A horse, pushed hard enough in the sun, will literally overheat and collapse. And you just leak. You become a slow, dripping, sweaty mess. It looks pathetic. It feels disgusting. And it is about to turn a slow, weak, naked primate into the most patient killer on the entire planet. Reason 2. You cannot run fast, so your ancestors simply decided to run forever. Let us be honest about your athletic ability. You are slow. A rabbit would lap you. A deer would be a tiny dot on the horizon before you finished tying your shoes. Almost everything you might want to eat can sprint you without even trying. So how did the slowest, softest, most naked thing on the savannah claw its way to the top of the food chain? The answer is called persistence hunting, and from the point of view of the prey, it is an absolute horror movie. Here is the trick. Most animals are fast, but they cannot cool down while they move. They sprint, their body cooks, and they are forced to stop and rest. You do not have that problem, because you are a walking sweat fountain. So early humans invented the most unbothered hunting style in history. They picked one animal, and then they just followed it, walking, jogging, never stopping. The animal panics and sprints away, then has to stop and cool down, and then it looks up, and there you are again. Still coming. Still sweating. Probably still smiling. It sprints again, you arrive again. Hour after hour, under a sun that is slowly roasting it from the inside, until the poor thing simply cannot cool itself anymore, and collapses from heatstroke right at your feet. You did not outrun your dinner. You annoyed it to death. You were basically the slow guy who refuses to stop following, except the message was I am still here, and the punishment was death. And this is not ancient mythology. Hunters in the Kalahari were still doing this within living memory. There is even a real race, held every single year, where humans run against horses over a long distance, and every so often, over enough miles in the heat, an ordinary human being actually beats the horse. So the next time somebody calls you weak, just remember, your body is technically engineered to outlast a horse. You simply choose to spend that superpower sitting in a chair. Quick honesty check in the comments. Could you chase a deer on foot for 6 straight hours under the open sun? Most of us would be filing for a break before the second hour. Your ancestors did it hungry, to feed an entire family, and then walked home. But staying cool was not the only gift hiding inside your bare skin. Reason 3. Fur is a luxury hotel for things that want to live on you. Think about what actually lives inside a thick coat of fur. Fleas. Ticks. Mice. Mites. A warm, dark, crowded little resort, fully booked, and a lot of those guests carry disease. For a lonely animal in the wild, that is just the rent you pay to stay warm. But humans changed the deal. We started living in big groups, and sleeping in the same camps night after night. And in a crowded camp, parasites, and the diseases they bring can spread like a rumor in a group chat. One leading idea, the ectoparasite hypothesis, says this is exactly when less hair started to pay off. Fewer hairs meant fewer hiding spots for all those tiny freeloaders. A barer body was a cleaner body. A cleaner body was a healthier body. And here is the part evolution actually cares about. A cleaner, healthier body was a more attractive body. Smooth skin became a walking advertisement. It quietly announced to everyone nearby, look at me. I am not currently a flea hotel, I am healthy, swipe right. So part of the reason you are standing here naked today is honestly that petty. Bare skin was attractive.
What is this?
Your ancestors judged each other on their skin. The smooth ones got chosen, and the very hairy ones spent a lot of evenings alone. But evolution did not fully delete your fur. It left little clues scattered all over you. And once you notice them, you cannot stop noticing them. Reason 4. Look closely, you are not actually naked, you are just badly organized. You kept hair in some very specific spots, and every patch is a tiny survival decision. Start at the top. You kept a thick mat of it on your head. Why there of all places? Because the sun hammers straight down on your skull. And your brain is the most expensive, most fragile, most easily ruined organ you own. Head hair is a built-in sun hat for the one part of you that absolutely cannot be allowed to overheat. Cook the brain, game over. Now look just above your eyes. Your eyebrows. They are not only there for dramatic facial expressions. They sit there to catch the little rivers of sweat and rain pouring down your forehead and steer all of it out to the sides, away from your eyes, so you can keep seeing while you slowly walk your dinner to death. A tiny patch of hair doing one tiny, but absolutely crucial job. Then there are the weirder tufts, under your arms and elsewhere, which most likely stuck around to trap and broadcast scent. The silent chemical flirting that your nose still falls for today, without you ever noticing. You think you choose your partners with your eyes. A surprising amount of it is your nose making questionable decisions in the background. And here is a genuinely unsettling little detail. Before you were born, you actually grew a full coat of fine fur, called lanugo, all over your tiny body inside the womb. And then, right before birth, you shed almost all of it. You literally relived the exact moment your entire species lost its fur, in fast forward. Before you even took your first breath. And then there is the ghost of that lost coat, still haunting your skin right now. Goosebumps. When you are cold, or scared, or a song hits you just right, tiny muscles all over your body yank on your hairs, and try to puff up a coat. A furry animal does this, and instantly looks bigger, warmer, and scarier. You do this, and you get a few little bumps, a shiver, and absolutely nothing else. It is a reflex desperately trying to fluff up a coat your body has not owned in over 1,000,000 years. Your skin still has not gotten the memo. And the moment that fur disappeared, it triggered the strangest change of all. Reason 5. Losing your fur secretly invented human skin color. Here is a part that almost nobody ever stops to think about. Back when your ancestors were furry, the skin underneath was probably pale, just like a chimpanzee is pale under its hair. But the second humans went bare, that skin got thrown out into the full, merciless power of the African sun, and naked pale skin under that much ultraviolet light is a slow-motion catastrophe. It burns. It wrecks cells. And worst of all, that strong sunlight destroys a vitamin called folate that your body needs to build healthy babies. So evolution moved fast, and it moved hard. Early humans developed dark, rich skin loaded with melanin, which is basically sunscreen built directly into the body. For the overwhelming majority of human history, every single person on Earth had brown skin, because that is exactly what survival under a strong sun demanded. Then, much later, small groups wandered north, far away from the equator, into weak, gray, low-angle winter light. And up there a brand new problem appeared. Dark skin is so good at blocking sunlight that in that weak northern light, it became hard to soak up enough sun to make vitamin D for strong bones. So over many thousands of years, in those cold places, lighter skin slowly evolved to grab whatever little sunlight there was. So sit with this for 1 second. Every shade of human skin that exists on this planet today, the entire spectrum of it, only happened because your ancestors first threw away their fur. The fur came off, the skin got exposed, and the sun did all the rest. No nakedness, no melanin, no skin color, and honestly, no us. And one last fun detail, before we land this thing. Men tend to be hairier than women, and that is not random either. It is most likely the fingerprint of 1,000,000 years of who got chosen, where smoother skin was quietly preferred, and the trait got dragged harder in one direction than the other. Your body hair is not just biology. It is a love letter written by 1,000,000 years of dating outcomes. So let me ask you the second real question, and actually think before you answer below. If losing your fur handed you cooling, endurance, health, and even your own skin color, was it ever truly a loss at all? Because the final answer flips this entire story upside down. Reason 6. You did not lose your coat. You upgraded past it. So put every piece together now. You are not a defective, hairless mistake standing here shivering and feeling sorry for yourself. You are the finished product of about 2 million years of brutal editing, where every animal that clung to its cozy warm coat stayed slower, hotter, and much easier to chase down and eat. Your bare skin turned you into a long-distance hunting machine that could keep working under a sun that shut everything else down. It made you cleaner and healthier. It made you the one who got chosen. It painted the first human skin and every beautiful color that came after it. The fur was the safe, comfortable, obvious choice. Going naked was the insane gamble. And the naked ones, the sweaty, shivering, pink, ridiculous-looking ones, are the exact ancestors who walked out of Africa and took over the entire planet. So here is the actual truth. You did not fail to grow a coat. You traded a coat for a crown. So the next time you are drenched in sweat after a workout, soaked all the way through your shirt, and feeling kind of disgusting about it, stop for 1 second and remember what that sweat actually is. It is not weakness. It is the single greatest survival weapon your species has ever built. Every drop running down your back is 2 million years of winning. And all those animals out there with the gorgeous, thick, warm fur. For most of that time, their entire job was to run from you. And to lose. You are the naked one. And the naked one won. If this completely changed the way you look at your own ridiculous body, do me a favor and subscribe to Ashborne Ancestors, because next time we are chasing an even stranger question. Why can you run for hours when almost nothing else on Earth can keep up with you? Your boring, sweaty, slow-looking body is hiding a real superpower, and once you see it, you will never call yourself weak again. Before history was written, survival was the story.